Hi there, Dal from Challengers Comics here to talk to you all about this week's cool new comics for the week of Wednesday, October 2nd. And boy, it's all in month. We are all in with DC Comics for October. It's going to be huge, kicking things off with not only the final part of Absolute Power, which leads directly into the gigantic DC All In special that not only sets up so many new concepts for DC Universe characters and teams, but also introduces the Absolute characters. The All-In Special is a flip book by different creative teams. Josh Williamson and Scott Snyder collaborating on the story. Daniel Sampere draws the DC Universe side. Wes Craig draws the Absolute Dark side. And it is fantastic. We ordered a ton because we honestly didn't think we needed to tell people that this was going to be a huge thing, but not a lot of people pre-ordered this, so we're going to be hand-selling the hell out of this for the next week because you are not going to want to miss this if you are a fan of DC Comics, B, a fan of superhero comics, C, just a fan of comics in general. A lot of great stuff, and it kicks off with the All-In special this week, but it is All-In month, so we also have All-In issues for Batman, for Birds of Prey, for Poison Ivy, for Shazam. And I believe that is everything for the All-In stuff this week, but you are going to want to check out each of those. They have either new creative teams, new directions, new team members, new storylines. Everything is a good jumping on point this month for the DC All-In books. I've read a bunch of them already, and almost every single one of them is knocked out of the park. If you've been lapsed on certain titles, if you've been avoiding certain books, this is the time to jump back on because DC made sure that they are pretty much the best books they can make in 2024, so don't miss out. Besides the DC All-In stuff, we do have a few other things to talk about this week, namely Creeping Below, which is the new Brian Azzarello, Vanessa Del Rey horror book from Boom. We've got a new Deadpool in Deadpool number 7. We've got reprints for Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, issues 1 through 3. And then we've also got a new printing of Grommets 2 and 3, if you've missed any of those from those hot Image books. Hyde Street, which is the next Ghost Machine book from Jeff Johns, Ivan Reis. It's more of a horror anthology series, but less anthology and more horror. So if you like Jeff Johns doing some of the creepier stuff, it's spooky season. We've also got Storm number 1. This is the writer from the I Am Iron Man series. Lucas Wernick is the artist. It is basically giving Storm a new solo series that puts her up on the level of the best solo female superhero books in the superhero comic book medium. It's good. It's a good first issue. It introduces a new problem for her to solve and kind of a new place for her as a superhero outside of the X-Men, outside of the Avengers. Definitely going to want to check it out if you've ever liked Storm stuff. Star Wars Battle of Jakku Insurgency Rising. This is pretty much the only Star Wars Empire / Resistance era stuff that they're going to be publishing at Marvel for a little bit. This is 3 different 4-issue miniseries. As you can see here, this is Star Wars Battle of Jakku Insurgency Rising number 1, but it's also number 1 of 12 because there are going to be 2 more 4-issue series coming right after this. This is taking place directly after the events of Return of the Jedi and setting up The Force Awakens. So if you want to see all the space battles and stuff that leads to eventually Rey stripping a bunch of machine parts out of crashed Star Destroyers, these are the 12 issues you're going to want to read. Svengoolie has a new comic. It's the 45th anniversary of Svengoolie. Gemstone did a new deluxe size Halloween Bonanza. And last but not least, we have the most recent issue of X-Men. Ryan Stegman's back on the book. That's a note for you. New Lore Olympus volumes. We've got a new printing for The Filth and Midnight Mass. 2 new DC Compact comics. The Darwin Cook, Ed Brubaker Catwoman, and American Vampire Book 1. A brand new printing of The Origins of Marvel Comics by Stan Lee. A billion pops. It's spooky season, but it's also the start of Christmas season. So we've got DC and Star Wars Christmas pops. Holiday pops. And we've also got some Batman Returns and Batman and Robin pop vinyls. John Wick. Superman candy. Chucky board game. We got everything. This whole thing is all in, not just DC. So please stop by soon. Take a look at some books. Grab some comics. Thanks for watching. Keep reading comics.